Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our FS2 transition webinar to Year 1. I'm joined today by Miss Zoe. Miss Zoe is our Year 1 year leader in the primary school, and I am Sasha, the head of Foundation Stage. So today is an informative session to tell you all about the transition from our Foundation Stage up to Year 1. So we will start with our aims. Today our aim is to make sure that this transition process is as smooth as possible, to make sure that the children are happy and relaxed and confident going up into the primary school. It is with the right support in place to help them feel confident, secure and ready to thrive in the primary school. Okay, so in the foundation stage at the moment, we are rounding up the year by consolidating lots and lots of skills. The children have worked so hard with all their performing at the moment, but especially with their academics. So across the foundation stage, we look at the prime areas, which is personal, social and emotional development, communication and language, and physical development. These are areas that we consolidate in the first term of FS2, and then we work tirelessly to make sure these children are secure and happy throughout the year. We then look at the specific areas, which are literacy, maths, then understanding of the world, and expressive arts and designs. From this, we look at only literacy and maths and the three prime areas to make sure the children have a rounded curriculum approach towards the end of Foundation Stage 2. From this, there are 17 areas here on the right that break it down more specifically. You will get this with your reports at the end of the year, but basically the children will have to be expected in all of these areas to meet something called the good level of development. So we are working tirelessly with the children to make sure they have achieved this by the end of FS2, and they will move forward into Year 1 with all of those skills needed to look at the national curriculum. So from this as well, moving on, we've been looking at all the achievements of the children's work. The children have been making so much progress, from simply recognizing those phase 2 sounds to writing CVC words to now writing captions and sentences. So we are really impressed in Foundation Stage 2 at the moment. The children at the end of Foundation Stage 2, they should all be recognizing phase 3 sounds and their tricky words. Some of these sounds will be in the books they've been reading at home. The tricky words are words that you've been sent by your teacher. The children really should be knowing how to read and write these words securely, so that this helps them with their foundations of reading and writing going into Year 1. They have been working on reading and writing simple sentences and working on their independent skills. The children also have been sharing ideas, thoughts and experiences with their peers and their teachers. So they're all our achievements for our writing side of FS2. So going on to our maths, the children have been recognising using numbers to 20. They have been knowing their number bonds to 10, doubling lots of numbers, and understanding simple addition and subtraction sentences. There are lots of other things the children have been exposed to, but these are some examples. You can see here, this is how the children have been learning. They've been learning through play, they've been learning through the skills in their environments, but also these children are really capable of writing those numbers as well. So Miss Zoe will be very impressed with the children coming up to Year 1, we hope, with all that lovely maths work that they've been exposed to in Foundation Stage 2. From these maths and these literacy areas, I want to say, obviously, the children will be working on those transitional skills with the Year 1 teachers, and the teachers in FS2 have been working alongside the Year 1 teachers to make sure that this is streamlined when they go to Year 1, so that those skills that they consolidated in FS2 over the summer holidays, when they come back into Year 1, they should be really secure in those areas. So we have worked as a team of teachers on both sides to make sure these children have consolidated those skills moving forward into Year 1. So this is the fun part. The transition has actually started. The children today in Foundation Stage 2 have gone swimming this morning, and they have stayed over for a little bit and had a little walk around Year 1 to see the classrooms, maybe say hi to the teachers, look at those outdoor areas. I would say transition in FS2 to Year 1 is it's a big chunk of time that we spend. They get 4 weeks over the period of time from now till the end of the term, making sure that they stay after their swimming lessons, and they spend a little bit more of that quality time in the Year 1 provision. From that, the children will be also walking around the school. They might visit the library, they might visit other parts of the school, so the children are really familiar with the primary school. We're very lucky because when we have our events like S4K on Wednesday, you'll be dropping these children off to the primary school anyway. The children will know where to be dropped off. They're confident to come into the hall or around the canteen area. So actually, overall, the children have had a wealth of experience of being at the primary school anyway. But from this, the formalities that we will follow would be that the Year 1 teachers will visit the foundation stage. So they will come to us as well as us going to them, so that they can see them in a different context. Miss Zoe and her team will come over. These teachers are not necessarily the teachers that will be in Year 1 next year. We really need to make that clear. They will be the Year 1 teachers as a cohort. Okay, so they're all going to be coming over to visit, but it won't be that specific teacher. So if your child comes home and says, oh, I've seen Miss Zoe today, you might think, oh, Miss Zoe is our class teacher. And they will see Miss Zoe all the time in Year 1, but it won't necessarily be Miss Zoe as the teacher. So we just need to remind them that it is the Year 1 teachers coming over and not necessarily that specific teacher. From that as well, after the swimming classes, like I've just said, we'll be spending more time at Victory Heights Primary School. And then the big one this year is that we will invite you and your child in to visit the Year 1 classes on Sunday morning, I think it is. But Miss Zoe will go into a little bit more depth about that in a minute. So from that, we will invite you and your children to come and meet the teachers and have a look around the Year 1 area. So we don't want to, I said this at our FS2 class assemblies, we don't want to leave it as that. We are inviting you in for a graduation, but this time our graduation will be at the primary school. So we'll be lucky enough to use the big hall. We're going to have a huge stage in there, and we will be inviting you in to watch your children graduate into the primary school. I think this will be a lovely new addition to our transition side of FS2 Year 1. And Miss Zoe and her team will be there to greet you at the beginning of this graduation. And that is on the 16th of June at the primary school. So definitely put that date in your diary. Okay. So over the summer, this is really important, I think. We do have a long summer. It's around 6 weeks for the children, maybe a little bit more actually. And some of these skills that they've been taught, we just need to keep reminding them of them. 6 weeks is a long time for them to lose some of these skills, and we really need to make sure that we are embedding these moving forward. So using your report that you'll get from your child with their areas of their next steps, or just certain parts of the curriculum would be great to touch on over the summer. I know you've probably all got lots of plans, but a main one for me is keep going with putting shoes and socks on, and not for them, letting them do it themselves. Independence is a must. We really, really encourage this in the foundation stage. And I know in Year 1, they have a quicker curriculum and lots to get through. So being independent is a must for us. So not just putting shoes and socks on and getting changed in the morning, but brushing their teeth themselves, getting their food out from the fridge, helping themselves to cereal, pouring their milk, things like that give them that sense of independence would be great over the summer. Also, we will be putting up some seesaw activities and giving you little packs of holiday homework as such for you to go through to just make sure that those children's minds are busy and active in those 6 weeks off. Recapping on number recognition and numbers, things like that are really good. And also reading with them. Make sure you read with your children every day. It's a must. Okay, I'm going to pass you on to Miss Zoe now, our head of Year 1, to talk about all the fun stuff. Thank you, Miss Zoe.
Thank you, Miss Sasha. Morning, everyone. As Miss Sasha said, yes, I'm Miss Zoe, and I'm the head of Year 1 here at the primary school. So I'm just going to quickly go through some of the main areas at the primary school. And like Miss Sasha says, I'm sure you've seen it before when you've come for the events, but I'll just give you a little bit of an insight more before the open morning. So here we have the entrance to the school, to the main school, and this is at gate 2. So it's opposite the grandiose, and that's where all the Year 1 classrooms are situated. So the children will enter and leave via that gate. As you see here, we've got the playground, which again, the children will be very much aware of from all the different events that they've been present at the main school. The swimming pool, it's so lovely that the children do come over so often. So when they are here in Year 1, nothing is a surprise for them. They do their swimming lessons in the swimming pool just like they will in Year 1. So it's a really nice transition for the children. Here we have classrooms for Year 1. We have 2 areas of Year 1. So we have 2 pods, and the children are split across both pods. Depending on which classroom your child's put in, they're all the same. The pods are the same as well for the children. So here you can see the pod areas. We really do try and work closely with the FS2 team to make sure that our pods reflect and are similar to the FS2 pods and provision that they have set up. I must admit, I love going over to FS2 and seeing all of their provision, and I always come back with lots of ideas there. So like I said, we do try and keep it like a smooth transition, and they're very similar in setup. Obviously, with likes of the Year 1, we do try and stretch the children to meet that Year 1 curriculum as well. So the children, obviously, when the weather is right, the children love being outdoors, and we try and get lots of gross motor, lots of fine motor, lots of maths, lots of English lessons outside. One of the things that I really love about the Year 1 outdoor area is I really try and do it so that it is it's child-led. So we want them to be choosing what learning they're doing outside. We want them to be working as a team and building friendships, using their language outside. And as you can see here in the water area, we have den making, so we have the mud kitchen, and we really try and encourage the children to have that independence outside. The one nice thing is Year 1 that we've got this huge outdoor area, and we're so lucky we've got the outdoor area on both sides for the children to explore. You can see here the classrooms will look a little slightly different than what they are in the FS2 setup. We do a little bit more whole class teaching, but I know from previous experience, like speaking to FS2 parents, they always think the children are coming in to sit down on tables straight away, which is so different to the FS2. I promise you that's not how we do it in Year 1. We do try, and like I said, we work closely with the FS2 team to make sure the children are still having that provision, and that they're still having that learning through play, as alongside working in books and having the national curriculum to follow, that they are having that time in the pods as well. And likewise in the classroom, we do have provision set up in the classroom as well. We will have more tables in, because we are moving slowly towards whole class learning. But again, that isn't until further down into Year 1. So even into term 3, we're still using provision now with the children. So the Year 1 curriculum, we do follow the national curriculum in Year 1. So yes, it is a different curriculum than what they are learning in EYFS right now, but we do work alongside the national curriculum and the early years curriculum. We do that to support the transition of the children. So we're not just going straight into the Year 1 national curriculum and forgetting about the early years profile. We do work alongside both of them together, especially in that term 1. We do have meetings with the FS2 teachers as well about the transition. So if there are children or classes that need extra time on the early years curriculum, that is fine. We will continue to make sure that we follow that too. Continuous provision is embedded in the year one curriculum, so the children will have that time to be using the provision in the classrooms, in the pods, in outdoors as well. The classrooms are downstairs, so all the children will be in one area, so all children have access to that continuous provision as well. We also continue to have phonics daily in year one, where we are applying the phonics skills that they've been taught in FS2, and we're building on them and slowly moving on to phase 5 phonics. So what does a day look like in year one? And I know that you will be seeing a short video of what a day in year one looks like. So like I've said, continuous provision is still in year one, and we do work a lot on that as well. The children will have a few more specialist subjects than what they do in FS2 right now. So some of the specialist teachers that we have is computing, we have music, we have Arabic, which will then go to 2 lessons a week of Arabic. We have something called Spark, which the children love being involved in the Spark lessons. They're using their science, they're using their art, they're using their computer skills in that lesson as well. We have the PE, the swimming again. So there's lots of different subjects that the children will be involved in. We have daily phonics lessons, which I've said about. We have science, we have project and humanities, which covers our geography and our history within that as well. And then we do start to send home spellings, but that won't start until after half term. So there's nothing to worry about that. It's 6 spellings for the children to work on, but more details will come about that nearer the time. So expectations and routine. One of the things that we really try and encourage in year one, and I must say the FS2 children, when they come to year one, are so good at that independence of coming into school. You can really see that they're used to it. So we do try and encourage parents to drop the children off and allow the children to walk to their classrooms themselves. We understand that the first few weeks of a new school and a new classroom, we won't expect them to do that straight away, but we do try and encourage by October half term that the majority of children are coming into school on their own. Likewise, we understand that some children maybe just need that little bit longer, and again, that is absolutely fine. We try and encourage the children to be able to have their own belongings with them, and their water bottles, their reading book bags, their lunchbox. That they're encouraged to be independent, that they know where they are themselves, they're able to bring them into school themselves. We try and encourage independence from the children, and I know again that FS2 work very good with this as well. So again, we're just building on that. We do work a lot on the fine and gross motor skills, for example, cutting and letter formation. The timings will be slightly different. I've put a question mark there at the moment because we're not obviously 100% sure of the timings until the children start back in August, but the days are a little bit longer for the children, and that's why it's even more important for the continuous provision to take place, so the children have got that time as well. And then the uniform, again, I've put a question mark there as well because the PE days will be different, the swimming days will be different. And again, over the summer, you'll have more information about that too. So this was year one Spark. This has been the additional activity that has been added to the curriculum over the last couple of years. And it is a really fun specialist subject that the children get. It's 1 40 minutes lesson per week, and like I said before, it supports creativity, exploring, problem solving, and it's very hands-on subject. So like Ms. Sasha spoke about before, we are really looking forward to inviting all the children and their parents to the primary school on Sunday, the 1st of June. I know that Ms. Sasha, after this, will send a follow-up email where you will be asked to sign up. There will be 2 different times for that. So we will have it's on the Sunday morning, we will have a session that starts at 9 o'clock and then another session which starts at 10 o'clock. I do think it's a really good opportunity for parents to come along with the children, and I always love it when on this day, because you can tell the children have been here before in year one, especially during those transition mornings that they've been visiting the primary school, because they like to talk to the parents about it, like, oh, and they like to show off what they've been playing with. And it is a really good opportunity as well for you to ask any questions you might have. Like Miss Sasha said, all the year one teachers will be available that day, and we'll be there, and we'll have our classrooms open so that you can come and have a look inside the classrooms. Also, if you've not been before to the primary school, or you've not walked around the primary school before, there will be opportunities with different members of the senior leadership team there, also some year 6 pupils, and they will happily walk you around the school and do a small tour with you. So that's just in a small nutshell what we've been doing so far and what is to come with that transition with the children. Like I said, more information will come on the Sunday, the 1st of June. So hopefully you were able to make that. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And if you do have any questions, please just pop me an email. I'm always available to help. And alongside that, I know that Miss Sasha will as well. So please don't hesitate to ask any questions at all, and I am more than happy to answer them. So thank you so much for taking the time, and I will look forward to seeing you at the open morning. Thank you.